Hi, uh, this is Fibbity Gibbets. Um, I'm wanting to explain here on May the 30th, 2025, Friday, a little bit more about uh, autism, of trespass sensitivity or trespass sensitivity autism, also boundaries and trespass sensitivity or sensitivities autism type. That's my concept. Um, no one has been calling it that. I'm calling it that. It applies to people with autism. Um, very wide. It's very widely done. Um, Behaviors of trespass sensitivity autism. One of which everyone's familiar with is plugging your ears, which is to block noise. It's not a soothing behavior like some assume. The plugging of the ears is, rather than soothing oneself, is to interfere with trespassing noise getting in to the ears and then into the uh, senses, and then and they're right that there's a sensitivity, sensory. It is a sensory issue, but in a poor understanding. So I want to explain. I've got several videos that people are not paying attention to um, yet, but and it is a new concept, but for hundreds of thousands, I mean, a couple of millions of people, but uh, trespass is something that crosses a line, whether it's a noise trespass, a touch trespass, any kind of touch trespass. There's many kinds of touch trespass, any sound or noise trespass, same thing. Sound and noise trespass is the same thing. A trespass is something that crosses a boundary. That's why it's a boundaries type autism, or autism of boundaries type. Um, and the trespass sensitivity is a type of autism. Why? Because it's such a deep thing of autism. Uh, People with autism are not just sensitive to noise and the trespassings of other people's trespassing noises. It's also other people's trespassing touches, changes, lighting changes, cha- uh, changes to a route, a path, a way, um, a routine that is a path, a way. I listened to a video of a doctor who said that there was a little boy who was threatening to get out of a car. Well, I've done the same thing because they wanted to go another way, because they wanted to go another route. And it's very distressing for someone who has trespass sensitivity, boundaries type autism, for them to be given a ride and go another route. Um, but I want to explain this. Not only is it about what is a trespass to a boundary, or it's trespass to the self boundaries of a person. It is a trespass because it is something that is uninvited, unwelcomed, intrusive, invasive, not invited, uninvited, not welcomed, unwelcomed. That's what, and it goes, and it intrudes. It's happening against one's will, against the will of the autistic person, against them. They're taking it as a trespass, whether they think of it with that word or not. It's something uninvited, whether they think of it with that word, uninvited or not. And they could be a 13-year-old or 14-year-old who's just learning vocabulary, and they may be seeing a psychiatrist, they might be in a mental hospital like I was, and they're just learning this vocabulary. What is that word? Uninvited, intrusive, trespass. Tell me that word again. Intrusive, invasive, because they're 13 or 14 or 15, and they're just learning this vocabulary. And at the age of 12, 11, 10, they don't even know these words, but they still know what a trespass is, because they know if something is uninvited noise, they're plugging their ears. They're plugging their ears. They're arching their back. So what is it about this that is trespass and not just mere loud noises or mere sensory overload or a mere uncontrollable reaction, amygdala or something in the brain or the nervous system? And it's not that. You can know it's not that if you listen to enough videos where autistics like some noises, but they don't like others. Why? Because some are invited and some are uninvited. Some are welcomed and some are not welcome. Some are intrusive and uninvited and unwelcomed and trespassing. Some, like chewing gum. That could be either way, invited or uninvited. Many noises, the noise of that could be very violating, uninvited and intrusive, or very welcomed, invited, and deeply invited. You could be sitting next to someone and feel it like they're inside of you when they're chewing the gum next to you. And if you're not feeling violated, but the opposite, like you're welcoming it, then it could be really intimate. On the other hand, if you're sitting next to someone who's smacking their lips or chewing gum or chomping with their mouth open all the time and that's not invited, it can be very, very violating, offensive, intrusive, invasive, unwelcomed, uninvited, and a trespass. Same thing with all kinds of touches. Can be welcomed or not welcomed. And to further explain this, everything that happens, whether it is a touch of some kind, a noise of some kind, a change of some kind, like someone changes the radio, they turn it on, that's a change. Or the lighting in a room, they flick it on or they flick it off. Either way, on or off. If it was on, then you flick it off, then you've made a change. If it was off and you flick it on, then you've made a change. It could be a trespass if it's unwelcomed, uninvited. So all these things, noises, touches, changes, pressures, movements of people, encroachments on people's paths, they're all extensions of people. And things are extensions, gifts are extensions. Your car that you're driving is an extension of you. It's not even an autistic thing. This is a fact of everyone. It is everyone what they do, autistic or not. Everyone's noise is an extension of them. They're doing it. They own it. Whoever you are, autistic or not autistic, your noise, your cane, your car, your touch, your rape is an extension of you. Your car accident that you caused with your car, that's an extension of you. You kick the cane that somebody's walking with. The cane was an extension of the person using the cane, and your kicking it was an extension of you by you. Well, that's more direct. You kicked the cane, but you kicked them when you kicked the cane. So let me explain that. You kicked someone's walking with a cane and you come along and kick the cane. You didn't just kick the cane, you kicked them. You're in your car and you're a non-autistic person and you drive into somebody, a child that's standing in the road catching a Frisbee, and you're not looking because you changed the radio station and you plow into the child and you're in the car. Well, the car is an extension of you. You don't have to be autistic. Everything that you are doing when you're touching somebody, you shoot somebody with a gun, it's all an extension of you going into them. Your noise goes into them. That's an extension of you. The autistic person with trespass sensitivity perceives the extension of another person coming in by noise, by a touch, God forbid, by a bullet, whatever. The autistic person, if you turn on a faucet, they didn't turn it on, you turned it on. And the autistic person is listening to your water that you made happen, your noise that you own because you turned it on. They're listening to it as an extension of you because it is an extension of you. Same thing if you turn on a radio, that's your radio noise. Even if you walk away and leave for hours, if you turned it on, that's still your noise because you turned it on. And it's an extension of you. And the autistic person will perceive it as a trespass if it's uninvited to them. Thank you very much. This is Fibbity Gibbets on Trespass Sensitivity Autism. Again, May 30th, 2025. When I do these, they seem to take about 4 days to upload from this phone. I don't know why. So this one might take 4 days. I hope not, but it might go faster this time. The last one took about 4 days.